Here is the Qazaq Cinema. My name is Jibek Joly and my task is to help you fall in love with Qazaq cinema just as I love it. In this program, we will learn how the national cinema is created and why international filmmakers are increasingly willing to work with the Kazakhstani film market. As you know, cinema as an art is constantly in creative search and development. The national law on cinematography, which was adopted in 2019, is no exception. Therefore, the Majlis approved a bill improving the issues of cinematography and culture. Innovations envisage the state support for dubbing of the imported foreign animated films and films for family viewing into Kazakh. It is planned to create a National Film Commission in order to promote Kazakhstan as a film set for international film production, which will certainly increase the number of projects filmed by foreign studios. In 2023, the 100th anniversary of the founder of Kazakh and Turkic animation, Amin Haydarov, will be celebrated. Especially for this date, the Kazakh Film Studio will release an animated film called Aminagatree. The scriptwriters of the animated film are Amin Haydarov's student, Tamara Mukhanova, and a researcher of Kazakh mythology, writer, screenwriter Zira Noruzbayeva. The stage director is Zhanadil Bayderbekov. It was him who in 1967 created the first Kazakhstani cartoon. Why does the swallow have a tail with horns?
Почему у ласточки хвост рожками? Авторы популярной и титулованной казахстанской черной комедии.
The authors of the popular and titled Kazakh black comedy Sweetie. You won't believe it filmed a new adventurous action project called Die or Remember in Almaty. On the set, a familiar team of professionals. These are director Yernar Nurgaliyev, an experienced stuntman, and actor Jandos Aybasov, and producer Timur Shevchenko. The main female role in the film was played by the actress and singer Janar Dugalova.
Поможет ей вспомнить прошлое.
This story could have happened anywhere, but the audience will see it in the Almaty scenery. The main characters of this picture meet under atypical, if not absurd, circumstances. They get to know each other inside a garbage truck.
Все, Жанару, давай. Готовить начали.
22, 1.
Короче, мы в городе. Теперь ты сама по себе, я сам по себе. Понятно?
4, 3.
This is the plot of the narrative of a new project from the creators of the sensational domestic black comedy Sweetie. You won't believe it. The new picture, with Yernar Nurgaliyev in the director's chair again, was called Die or Remember.
Наверное, вот писали очень 2 года, 3 года тому назад писали.
The script was written 2 or 3 years ago, but then we postponed it and now the time has come. We have got the money. We opened the script again and we absolutely did not like it. That version of the script was more of Hollywood. Then we decided to bring it closer to our mentality. Added our atmosphere.
Наш менталитет больше добавим, и чтобы было наше, как бы, казахские ощущение, атмосфера была.
Это что-то новое, жанр.
This is something new, neo-noir genre. Here all the characters are negative. There are no positive ones. The story of a night. I think the audience will be interested in watching this film. The trend is such that the viewer needs to be entertained. They don't like to look at the frame for a long time. They always need something to give.
Что-то давать.
Приготовились. И начали. Оценка. На оценке мы останавливаем. Еще раз показываем. Бам! 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 Все, стоп!
And the creative team did their best. According to the plot, the main character Aika does not remember her past. Her accidental savior, named Yes, is not distinguished by special responsiveness and heroism. The adventures of Aika played by the famous Kazakhstani singer and actress Жанар Дугалова, apparently promised to be exciting.
Изначально других актеров мы насматривали.
Initially, we considered other actors, but they were not suitable for these roles. It was a challenge to find suitable actors, and thus they tried Janara. I've known her for 10 years and she fits the character perfectly. And the main character was offered to me by Jandas. I then looked at his photo and liked his appearance.
Парень есть, интересно. И фотку посмотрел, и мне понравилась внешность.
Actor, producer, and experienced stuntman Jandos Aybasov, who is a co-producer, stunt director, and understudy of the main character in this project, also believes that the viewer will not get bored.
Я могу сказать, что там
We have two fights there. We also have a fall from the balcony.
падение с балкона.
Сейчас мы будем снимать сцену, где наши...
Now we will shoot a scene where our main character falls from the third floor. We release Alana on the ropes. She duplicates our heroine. She is to walk on the sign, and according to the plot, it breaks down and the girl falls.
Срывается, и она падает.
Мы первый раз делали.
We did it for the first time. Personally, I myself made a fall from the balcony for the first time, and for me it was cool.
Прикольно, классно.
Dio Remember is the fourth project of Art Dealer's movie production. The first and, perhaps, the most successful for today remains Sweetie, You Won't Believe It, which was released on screens in 2019.
Этот фильм у нас намного мягче, чем жанр.
This film is much softer than Sweetie, You Won't Believe It. Here the style is completely different in principle. Tough humor.
Ну тут стилистика совсем другая. Ну, юмор жесткий.
The creators of the film promise unusual film techniques, stunt tricks, visual effects, and the use of some technologies that are still new to Kazakhstani cinema. Another interesting feature of the project is that the actors was not selected through casting. On the contrary, the script was written specifically for specific actors. The film's budget, according to the producers, amounted at 100 million tenge. To stay within the budget helps the support of partners, own resources, the responsibility and responsiveness of the film crew, and many moments when issues are resolved through mutual assistance and the human factor. Further plans to promote the movie in the domestic box office and possible participation in international film festivals have already been outlined.
Планирую, да, зарубежный прокат. Первый из вариантов продвижения. Я сейчас буду разговаривать с российскими дистрибьюторами.
Yes, I do plan international distribution. The first of the promotion options is that I will start talking to Russian distributors. Further, as soon as I'm ready, I will submit it to one of 6 international festivals. Top, Klasa, it's Sundance or Toronto, one of 2 options. In talking to foreign producers, distribution companies with which we already have got certain contacts, I will wait for their response and decide how we will move forward.
Мы будем дальше двигаться.
In the process of promoting the film to foreign markets, the main emphasis of the producers is on the fact that modern Kazakhstani culture has its own differences. Our humor, our features, our mentality. The team already has experience of entering international streaming platforms. However, earlier this concerned mainly festival films, while commercial cinema remained on the sidelines. Thus, the film Sweetie, You Won't Believe It, which has already become a kind of symbol of the success of Kazakhstani cinema, went beyond these limits, becoming the first domestic commercial film sold in 15 countries of the world.
У нас в списке.
So we have got in the list America, Germany, Portugal, England, France, South Korea, South America. We have already sold the product to all these countries. According to the results of 2022 competition held by State Center for Support of National Cinema, 62 film projects received funding. The amount of the state funding composed to more than 5 billion tenge. Producer Maxim Akbarov became one of the favorites of the competition. In a special interview to our program, Maxim told about promising upcoming projects. Maxim, thank you for coming. Welcome. You look great. Your famous beard is with you.
Thank you. Everything is the same as 12 years ago.
Like 12 years ago in the legendary film The Tale of the Pink Hair, directed by Farhad Sharipov. We know that your creative path began long before this movie. We congratulate you. You have come a long way from a TV presenter and actor to the present, when you are already a successful producer. You also made your directorial debut with the film Step. Let's talk about this project. Please tell us about how the idea was born. We heard that the Russian actor Sergei Garmash took part in the filming, and that this is a rather harsh male movie. And it is in the harsh conditions that it was filmed.
Суровое мужское кино, и в суровых условиях даже его снимали.
Да, действительно, производство степи.
Yes, indeed. The production of Step took such a large part of my life, psychologically and morally, that in general I did accept and realized who I want to be in the coming years in the cinema. Definitely not a director.
Кем я хочу быть в ближайшие годы, ну, то есть в кино, точно не режиссером.
Did you realize it after sitting in the director's chair?
Там, конечно, сидеть приходилось.
There, of course, I had to sit a little. It was mostly running around. I had to do both creative and administrative functions because I took the role of the producer of this project. A lot of different force majeure situations happened on the site, so I had to solve them by myself.
Приходилось их решать самому.
Were there any interesting stories related to this? Surely there were, because you filmed in the steppe, in the wild.
Well, it seems to me that each day was so peculiar and intense because autumn was coming. Autumn in the north is harsh. It's windy, cold, so we tried to shoot as quickly as possible. In general, we filmed the project in 2 sets. We filmed the vanishing scenery in winter and it with the temperature minus 50 degrees outside and the blizzard. That is, we were directly caught in a blizzard.
A typical day in Akmola region.
Yes. We got into a snowstorm and it was in the steppe, probably 100 kilometers from Astana. It was just impossible, let alone say something. It was impossible to turn around, but our actors did it.
Даурен Сергазин, я считаю, это, наверное, один из самых стойких.
Daurian Sergazin, in my opinion, is probably one of the most persistent and most non-capricious actors I have met on my way, as I know many actors both outside the set and on site. But Daurian is extremely persistent. There was not a single whim in the entire filming history.
Историю нашей картины не было.
Now let's move on from your directorial debut to production. State Center for the Support of National Cinema summed up the results of the pitching, and 62 films received funding. Almost 6 billion tenge are allocated, and your production company is among the leaders. As many as 3 projects are listed for you. Let's sort it out one by one. These are the Guests Project, the Shaloma Project, and the project called Rhinoceros. We already know that Rhino will be directed by Adilkhan Yerjanov. So let's start with this project. What is known now?
We have already begun the production of all the movies. As for the Rhinoceros project, the work is underway. The preparatory phase has begun. The producer is Aliya Mendigozhina. She is known by many as a producer of successful commercial films, and I believe that their tandem with Adilkhan will bring something new. Because for Adilkhan, this is probably the first project with a large budget. That is, if Adilkhan can skillfully shoot for any money, then here we try to get a bigger budget. Let's see where this leads. We hope that this film will lead to even greater and better results, because Adilkhan is one of the most titled directors in Kazakhstan in terms of film festival cinema. Here we also believe and hope for great victories at major festivals. We have very high hopes and great prospects for Rhinoceros project.
And for now, it's better to leave this project under a certain veil of secrecy.
Certainly.
We also know that Jibek Joly, an excellent Kazakhstani actor, will also participate in this project. I think the tandem of Adilkhan, producers, and Jibek Joly already guarantees the success of the project by 98. Now a little bit more about the Guests project. What is this movie? What will this story be about?
проект «Гости».
We created Guests project together with Farhad Abdraimov. That is, it was his project as the general producer of our company. Unfortunately, due to the tragic events, all this stopped. But I could not ignore this project, and in order for it to take place, we again submitted it for pitching, defended it, and passed. It's extensive, serious project. Darkhan Tolegenov is in the director's chair. This is the director with whom we have already worked on a lot of films.
Идея, сценарий очень мощные, очень сильные. Это
The idea, the scenarios are so powerful, so strong. This is a movie that affects the social corruption aspect of Kazakhstan over the past years. The story is from 2015. So far, we have defined it in such a way that it was in Kazakhstan of the past, so to speak. And we show, probably for the first time in Kazakhstani commercial cinema, without humor, the whole corruption truth, how the distribution takes place among the akims of cities, regions, police agencies. We hide nothing and expose it all.
Городов, областей, полицейских органов. Мы не скрываем ничего и показываем это.
No embellishments.
No embellishment, no. It will be a very tough film because one of the lines is so heavy and is associated with the rape. That is, we collected all the real stories from the lips of the employees of the anti-corruption service. And by the way, this project is being implemented together with the anti-corruption service.
Will there be any support? Surely serious services or people should stand behind such a serious project.
This project is being developed jointly with the anti-corruption service of the Republic of Kazakhstan.
Ну и перейдем к фильму «Шулама».
Well, let's move on to the film Shulama. Is it such an easy youth story? As far as we know, the film is about rap artists, about young guys who make hip-hop music.
В стиле хип-хоп.
Да, да. Это тоже очень дерзкий, очень претенциозный проект, я считаю, в Казахстане.
Yes, it is. This is also audacious, ambitious project, I believe. In Kazakhstan, and not only in Kazakhstan, in the world, there is such a thing as the phenomenon of Kazakh rap, Kazakh performers. This is the well-known Skriptanit, Jah Kalib. The story is collective, that is, this is not the story of any of the above stars of rap music. This is a mutual story of 4 guys from the city of Temirtau who succeeded and achieved incredible results in rap and showed everyone who they are and what rap really is. This is a Kazakh theme.
Что рэп в действительности – это казахская тема.
Was rap made in Kazakhstan?
That rap was made by the Kazakhs.
Well, we are looking forward to the movie. Surely there will be a good soundtrack. The key to the success of the picture, the cast.
Да, да. Каждый проект делают профессионалы в своей сфере. То есть, вот, например,
Yes, there will. I hope so. Our projects that we do and launch together with the Cinema Support Center, each project is made by professionals in their field. For example, Rhinoceros, there is definitely Adilkhan, Birik. These are, so to speak, the rhinos of this project, and Aliyah. As for the guests, we are doing this project with participation of the Kundo team. These are the guys who put on combat performances, all kinds of stunts, in Russia, in Hollywood. They have a huge list and a huge background and cases all over the world. They are considered one of the best in stunts and fights. All of these are the guys from Kundo.
It is very pleasing that professionals who achieve success in modern Kazakhstan promote a new approach, show people their new vision, new Kazakh music and form. Perhaps another new wave of the Qazaq cinema work on these projects.
И формирует, может быть, еще одну новую волну казахстанского кино, поэтому желаем большой удачи вашим проектам.
Thank you.
I remind our viewers that our guest today was producer Maxim Akbarov. Maxim, thank you.
Thank you. Good luck, everyone.
This was the Qazaq Cinema program. Bigbalatov Aliyev was in the studio. Do not miss the next episode. The legendary Kazakh stuntman Jibek Joly will come to visit us. Let's support the modern Kazakh cinema together.